Hey, how's it going? You're here with Francisco, and today I'm just lollygagging here in the garage. It's been a couple weeks since the Molina Ghost run. I have since gone through and done a nut and bolt check, torqued down whatever needed to be torqued down. Also made sure to kind of clean it up and go through and inspect everything and made sure that everything was nice and tight, still doing good. Like I've mentioned in the previous video, we did, do a little bit of damage. And unfortunately, it's just what's gonna happen with the time. And also, unfortunately, me getting to know the Gladiator, because I have wheeled with a Jeep Wrangler that we do have, and moving on to the Jeep Gladiator platform, it's been definitely a big change for me. Having to learn how to navigate and choose lines is very different for me. And in doing so, unfortunately, I took a slight baby hit on the rear quarter panel right here on the bedside. Thankfully, it was just primarily the light that looks like it took a hit, and just on top, and it looks like it just put pressure. I think eventually we'll see if we can pop this back out. It's just dented a little bit. It's workable with, I believe, so hopefully we can get that taken care of. I think this is just going to stay the way it is. It's working perfectly fine. Did no damage to the actual functioning light itself, so that'll be okay. Other than that dent, the next biggest concerning thing to me was I did bash my front drive shaft a little bit. I caught it. It must have been like on a rock or something, and you can see where it scraped it right here and right here. It's not making any vibrations or anything like that, but this part right here was over here somewhere. It was completely off. I contacted Adams Driveshaft. I sent them a picture and everything like that, so they were able to inspect it. I let them know that there was no vibrations or anything when I put it in 4x4, but as you can see right here, when it caught it, it looks like it just dented it in and ripped it off. I can't at this time maintenance it because it'll just push out the grease from there. So they were thankfully able to lead me in the right direction, and they were able to lead me towards this right here. I got it for about 25 bucks. They ended up sending it over, and all it is a dust cap apparently. So I'm gonna go ahead and attempt to just split it. It's supposed to be easy enough to where to split it, replace the cap, and then put it back in. But I did want to capture something that I really didn't know about before, and that was making sure that the drive shaft stays in phase. I believe it's what it's been called. So you got to make sure it stays phased. Basically, make sure that it stays balanced as the splines come out, making sure that the splines go in the same way. And there's actually a marking on the Adams Driveshaft, but in case you don't know or you haven't heard of, yeah, it's something that you definitely got to make sure is that it stays phased. Basically making sure that it aligns back up the same way that you took it apart, the same way that it goes back in. And that way you don't get any additional vibrations or something like that, because then it's going to be off balanced. But we'll go ahead and pull the Jeep Gladiator in here, take that apart, and hopefully replace this, and it's an easy day for us. Another thing that I'm going to be doing is, if you've seen around the Gladiator those green markings, this is all I use, just some Viz-Torque kind of like tamper kind of deal. I get these off of Amazon, and I love it because it's just so easy to look under there, especially like after a day of wheeling and stuff like that. I'll go through and just kind of go through and inspect and make sure nothing quirky is going on or anything like that. And this is something that just visually helped me see that faster. I can just look in there, see if it's been offsetted or anything like that, and then I know to either address it or not. And then I also is that my little LED on my driver's side is out. Thankfully, I have an extra one right here. So we're just gonna go ahead and swap that out really quick. Eventually in the future, just like the infinite off-road tail lights, I have seen that they do have like a chop kit for the fenders. Eventually I'd like to get there, but that's for the future. So, we'll get there. But for the meantime, I'm just gonna go ahead and swap that bulb out. That way we have an operating marker light. Alrighty, let me set you guys up for a nice view. did put this strap right here, that way it doesn't fall completely, but it looks like it's fine just sitting on the cross member, so it's not too bad. I don't think it's going to be a problem. Really quick, before I even take this apart, I want to show you. The Adams Driveshaft has markings so that you can align it. Let's see if you can capture it here, but you can see them stamped right here. Dots right there and dots right there, so that in case you ever do split it, you can easily align it. But if you don't have those markings on your driveline, it's okay. I would just do, you know, like a paint marker here and another mark here, and then just make sure that the splines, when you take them apart, they align back up, and that way it stays phased in and nice and aligned. Definitely very important, because I have read in the forums that, you know, people are wondering why their drive shaft came apart, and then they're starting to get vibrations now once they put it back together, and typically that's the culprit for that. Oh, boom. Easy peasy. And as you can see, nice and smashed up. So let's see how hard it is to just pop that seal off and the new one back on. And that way we can get it nice and greased back up. Let's see what we're dealing with. Alrighty. That wasn't too bad. Yeah, it just looks, so it's like a metal casing and then rubber all on the inside. So now that it was all smashed up, it wasn't allowing me to grease it and keep the grease in. And not only that, it's very important because, you know, when we're crossing water, puddles, whatever the case is, it's going to allow a lot of debris and water, moisture, everything like that. So definitely a very small but vital piece, I think. I'm going to say it should be easy enough to maybe take some of the grease, make sure that's greased up a little bit. Oh. And then we'll go ahead and grease the inside of this. That way it's not dry going in. Hopefully that's it. Bam. Okay. Looks good now. Alrighty. Now we got to remember little dots right here to align them. Spin it back around to where we catch the same dots here, and then just slide it in to where they match up perfectly. And as you can see right here, and make sure that it's perfectly aligned. And I want to say the joint kind of matches up too. So like the C right here, you can see the C's right here. If you're looking at the drive line, happen to have it off, it should be just a straight line through. But if not, again, you know, just make your markings here and here. Make sure that they're lining back up once you put it back together. And like I mentioned, the Adams Driveshaft, they do that for you. They have the 3 little punches right here and right there. So it makes it nice and simple. And I did put some blue Loctite back on these. Remember that trick to kick it in 4-wheel drive. That way it won't spin on you. So just took it off 4-wheel drive. Now I'm able to spin it. Kick it back into 4-wheel drive. Boom. Good to go. Now that they're nice and torqued down, get that torque Viz. Bam. Now, whenever I want to do like a little quick check, I can easily just see if this has broken or if it's still in place, and you're good to go. We're gonna go ahead and just grease it now. Oh, no. A little too trigger crazy on this. It's okay. Get her cleaned up. Oh no. I honestly didn't know where to look, that it was going to be coming out. I had forgotten that it was in here. So that is my bad. Definitely shows you how much I know. Also definitely want to make sure to get this cleaned up and not have an excessive amount in here, because when you do kick it in a four-wheel drive, this flings everywhere and it's just a big mess. So try not to do what I'm doing or what I did and overfill this. And if you do, I guess it's gonna happen. Just definitely recommend to clean it up. That way it's not slinging grease everywhere. So we're gonna go ahead and get all this cleaned up. And these blue shop towels are amazing. Like everything else I get at Costco, they have just packs of them and they absorb grease really good, and oils. Definitely a lot better than your standard ordinary little kitchen napkins. And that appears to just be it for the drive shaft. Thankfully it was an easy fix. Everything still looks good on this side. As you can see, I have that green Viz on there also to make sure that it always stays torqued down. It's been really good. The drive shaft has been amazing. Definitely a lot of clearance through here. This right here, being first class, is definitely living up to it so far. I want to say it was Steven, the sales manager, that ended up helping me out, and he was again really cool and made sure that I got what I needed very quickly also. He just had me send some pictures over of what had happened, and he definitely recommended what I needed to do. Send the dust cap over, and as you've seen, it was just super easy to do. I think when it comes time to do the rear drive shaft, I am definitely gonna be another Adams Driveshaft. When that time comes, we'll go ahead and switch it over, but for the time being, I'm gonna go ahead and just tear the OEM one up. Let's go ahead and switch out this little light bulb. I honestly think it's just like, if I remember correctly, I want to say it was just like a 10 mil, and again, maybe some of these two little retainers, and that'll get you access over to your light bulbs and your marker. Whoop. Yeah, one. Whew, nice and dusty under there. I'll tell you that much. Alrighty. And sure enough, let's bring you in here. As you can see, it'll get you access to your bulbs right there. Boom. And wham, there it is. So the ones that I'm using is really cheap. Alloy lighting. They are from Amazon. I want to say this is my second set since November of 2023, because remember, my Jeep Gladiator did not come with the LED package. So for the time being, I thought that I was just temporarily going to go ahead and put these LED bulbs, which do make a little bit of a difference than the halogen ones. But again, these are really cheap. I'll see if I still have a link to them, and it'll get by until I can actually spend some more moolah on a nicer setup for these LED Fender lights. Go test it out. And it works. Good to go. Pop it back in. Make sure this goes under. Oh no, let's go over. Let me check the other side. No, it goes under. Just like that. One retainer, two, and your 10 mil. I think that just about did it. And there you go. Easy day at work, right? Well, thankfully, yeah, it was nothing crazy with the Gladiator. Something just simple today in the garage. Just, keeping up with the maintenance. I think staying on top of it is critical. Letting it pile up is just going to create a lot of more issues. And then that's when, reliability issues come into play and stuff like that. And it's just super easy to just stay on top of it. And that way, honestly, again, I like to get home from a trail and reset as fast as possible. That way, if somebody hits me up like, hey, we're going to go knock this trail out, I am ready. So I think for the time being, the Red Gladiator is ready to roll, for the exception of I still need to order some longer rear end links, because these ones over at the Molina Ghost Run, the driver's side ended up ripping out. So it pulled basically this whole garment out from here and ended up bending my mount. So what I'd like to do is get the reinforcement mount and make it a little longer to where it's sitting flat, at least, I think. And we should be good for the time being. I like the anti-rock system because it comes in like super further tucked in. It basically gives you a lot more space and allows you to articulate more without binding up. Eventually, that would be a cool mod in the future, but it's also expensive. So I think for the time being, I'm gonna just go this route. Or I don't even know, honestly, maybe just taking it off before a trail. I didn't think I was gonna have an issue, but apparently I was just getting a lot of flex back here and ended up, being an issue. So I've tried looking up other people, or if you have a Gladiator and you take it out on the rocks quite often, flex it out, let me know what you do to kind of mitigate that issue right here. But yeah, it's pretty wild that I ended up ripping that out. Other than that, I think it did well. We did get quite a bit of flex on the Evo lift, but again, it was a little clunky and noisy for my liking, but it is what it is. I wanted to run the Evo lift just to be different, and I will continue to run it for a while for sure. I guess, we have it installed, so we have to put it through its paces. Eventually, if it annoys me that bad, I think metal cloak is just going to be the way to go. That'll be definitely for the future, but for the time being, I'm gonna go ahead and beat up this Evo lift and see how much or how long it'll last and how much it will take. Other than that, the Gladiator, I've been loving this platform. Other than me having to get used to being such a long boat now, I still definitely got to find my lines, how to choose my lines with it. Again, I'm fairly new to the sport with the Gladiator, so I just got to develop my skills. I got to keep practicing and keep getting hitting those trails. But other than that, again, I want to sit here and thank you all, for joining me for this journey. I'm super thankful that I have anybody watching these videos, and I've gotten a lot of good feedback, and I really appreciate that. Thank you. And I will continue to push these videos out, whether it's Gladiator related and or our adventures and vacation trips, whatever it is. We'll continue to document that and document the journey of life. So we're rolling up on June fast, and June's going to be a very busy month for us. I can't wait to share that with you guys and document that. Man, we're looking in for a good time. Anywho, stay safe, take it easy out there. Until the next video, peace.